Okay, I'm coming on YouTube for the first time in forever to discuss politics, the Olympics. Let's discuss the Olympics. Look, okay, so I'm a Christian, right? I'm not a perfect Christian. I don't believe anybody's a perfect Christian. The only perfect Christian was Jesus. I'm not the best Christian. I'm I would argue I am somewhere towards the back end of Christians. However, one thing I will not tolerate is the opening ceremony of the Olympics. Now, I didn't watch it live. I watched pretty much just up until like Bahrain came through or something on the flag parade. That was about where I watched up, and then I had to go somewhere. The point being, it is really sad that as as a group, as Christians, we're letting this slide. Now, I'm gonna watch the Olympics because as as much as I will not support what they are doing, I'm not going to sit there and say, "Oh, well, I'm not gonna watch it because they did it." Would that be a appropriate response? Probably. However, I this will be my first time ever actually being able to freely watch the Olympics. Now, if I do, will I support them in the future? Maybe, maybe not. However, I think this is where we've come to a point in that we can go out on Twitter and say, "Oh, we hate this." I'm going out on YouTube to say, "I hate this." The problem with that is you've created this whole situation where, yes, I saw a comment on Twitter where somebody said Christians would never mock another religion like this. And I fully agree in that we're not going to go out and mock Islam. Now, I don't agree with Islam. I think that the fact that they acknowledge Jesus as a person is honestly quite different from a lot of other religions. However, they do not have the correct view on Jesus, and so I do not support Islam, especially with how radical Islam has become in the fact that they openly um, go against Christianity now. It has become a separate problem that I might post a different video on. But coming back to the Olympics need to listen to this and change it. Now, there's been other problems with the Olympics not related to this. There's you can find videos on YouTube that are explain the problem with the lack of teams wanting to host the Olympics. That's a separate problem in itself. However, we've gotten to a point in our society where a bunch of cucked leftist people that decide, oh, I want to be this fat, man diva on national television mocking the most populous religion in the world. And we just sit there and allow it. Now, obviously, I'm not in Paris. I'm in America. If I could go to Paris and openly speak out about this, I 100% would. That being said, the people that are in Paris, the the people that are going to go online and say it in whatever language you speak, the people that are going to go online and say, "Well, we don't support this." If you're in Paris, if you're near the Olympics, go out and say you don't support this, whether it be in the streets. I know this is coming out currently 6, 7 o'clock Paris time. it is imperative that as Christians, we go out and say this is unacceptable, because it completely is. And those who go and say, well, we we shouldn't, hate them. The Bible says not to hate them. I agree, the Bible does say not to hate them. However, when are we going to start standing up for our beliefs? Because there's a difference between standing up for your beliefs, which is what I'm encouraging all Christians to do, especially those that are at the Olympics, and hating on people because they hated on Christianity. Take Paul as an example. He would end up standing up for Christianity. Now, he went into towns where they very much did not agree with what Paul taught. He got stoned outside of a town because they did not agree with what Paul taught. Now, Paul, honestly, if he was still here on earth, we would go ask him, because he knows both sides of this argument. He was the hater of Christians in the most popular case. He openly went and killed and tortured Christians because he did not follow their beliefs. Now, he would also later in life stand up for what he believed, but it was not hating. It was, I believe what I believe, and I would love for you to believe this. And there's proof to back it up. There's proof to back up, our religion everywhere you look. Goodness sakes, we found Noah's Ark. There's evidence everywhere we look, and he would present that evidence and say, here's the evidence, do you believe? If they said no, then the seed had been planted. The seed of come to faith has been planted in them. If they did believe, that was fantastic. However, it's gotten to a point now where we gotta stop saying, oh man, we hate this. I'm gonna boycott the Olympics. No, don't boycott the Olympics. It's a weird take. But from my naive teenager mind, I say don't boycott the Olympics. I say go to the Olympics. Speak out at the Olympics. The other side, the LGBTQIA plus side. Will this video get flagged down? Maybe. However, if it does, that just proves my point is right. Go to the Olympics if you're in Paris, if you're in Europe. If you are at the Olympics, go watch the events. They're great events. Me personally, I'm gonna watch. It's 1:00 in the morning when I'm filming this. It is imperative that we go out to these events, make a sign, make a stand against this, because the other side is not going to simply say, well, we don't like this, so we're not going to go to it. We're just going to let it be. No. They don't like Christianity, so they're going to come out and openly mock it. Why are we as Christians saying, well, man, I don't believe in this, so I'm not going to do anything about it. Do something about it. I can't. But there are people there that can. I encourage people in Paris, in France, that if you are at one of these events from now on July 28th to the end of the Olympics on August 11th, go out to these events. Speak out against the Olympic community. Because that showing at the Olympic opening ceremony is completely unacceptable.